How do I use the navigation buttons in Google Sites? This is a very easy thing to do and will be a very short video. While I'm doing this video though, don't pay attention to anything that I'm adding or anything that I'm clicking on other than these two buttons right here. These are the only buttons I want you to focus on. These are our navigation buttons for our purposes. In another video, I'll show you how to use Preview, and these are not for you yet. This is a whole other set of buttons. So right now, just these two. So if I add a text box, if I don't like it, undo. Going backwards, undo. You can see it hover as you hover over the button. It says undo last action. But I think to myself, wait a second, I do want that. Let's redo our last action. So again, this is the forward arrow. And as you hover over this button, it says redo last action. Let's go ahead and delete that. So what you can end up doing is you add a text box, say good. I'm going to add some collapsible text. Good. And as you're doing something like this, you accidentally change the size of your text box, or maybe the spot of your text box, and you go to add something else and you notice, oh no, how did this move? Now, obviously right here in this example, it's pretty simple. You can just move it back to where it was. But when you're really deeply involved and once you build this, some of that gets a little confusing, and maybe you don't remember exactly where something was. You just know it's out of place. So you can simply undo the last action. And then the last, and then the last, and then the last. You can go back quite a ways. So to give you another example quickly, as I'm building this particular project on this website, show you where there's a lot more stuff, so it's a little bit more complex. I've gone through several iterations of how I want this box to look. So now that I've done it a few times, I can use this undo and redo buttons to go back to see some of the ways that it looked before. Okay, look like that. You know, what do I want typed here? You can see the typing is changing. Took that away, change these different things, but not, all right, well, kind of like the way it was. So let's go back to the way it was. And it looks much better now. And there we are. That is how you use navigation buttons in Google Sites to undo and redo actions.